What if I told you that you can move to Canada without a job offer, without knowing anyone there, and without even spending years applying for jobs that never reply? It sounds impossible, right? Stay with me because this is one of the most misunderstood immigration pathways to Canada, and many people are missing it simply because nobody explains it properly. But I'm going to do so today. If you've been thinking, Canada only wants people with job offers, or if I don't have an employer, there's no chance for me, then you definitely need to watch this video. Today, I'm breaking down how you can move to Canada through the Saskatchewan Express entry stream, even if you don't have a job offer. And no, this is not a scam. This is a real provincial nomination pathway backed by the Canadian government. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Canada doesn't only invite people with jobs. Canada also invites skilled workers who can contribute to the economy even before they can land a job. Saskatchewan is one of those provinces that actively selects people from the Federal Express entry pool based on skills, education, work experience, and language ability, not job offers. In this video, I will explain what the Saskatchewan Express entry stream really is, who qualifies and who doesn't, why you don't need a job offer for this pathway, and how this nomination can boost your chances of permanent residence in Canada. Guys, if you're serious about relocating, changing your future, and doing this the right way, then don't skip this video. Every part matters. Guys, I want you to understand that while you're there contemplating, people are still moving to Canada. So everything you need to know is going to be in this video. This video was actually requested by one of you during our live stream on Sunday. That is why I'm doing this video today. I'm going to break down all the details you need to get started as soon as possible. But before we continue, do me a quick favor, like this video, okay? It's very important. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because I regularly share real immigration pathways, remote work options, and relocation opportunities that people are actually using, not guesswork. All right, let's get into it. So you want to go to Google and search for saskatchewan.ca. It's quite long, but I'll leave the link. I'll try and leave the link in the description for you. But if not, just go to Google and search for Saskatchewan nominee program, Saskatchewan nomination program, any of those keywords. It should pop up like this. Then you can see the one we are looking for. We are going for this particular one, International Skilled Worker Saskatchewan Express Entry. There are other pathways, but I'm interested in this one because getting a job offer has really been a tough thing for us. It has really been hard for us, for a lot of you. Okay, I say it's us because it affects me as well. Because yeah, if you get it, I'll be happy. All right. So that's why I'm talking about this one today, Saskatchewan Express Entry. You do not need a job offer for. So we're going to just look at every single thing you need. This subcategory is for skilled workers who want to live and work in Saskatchewan. You must make sure you have the interest to live in this province, okay, for at least 2 years. And then you must be in this Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada Express Entry pool and you meet the subcategory criteria. We're looking at eligibility criteria, what is an international skilled worker expression of interest, who can and cannot apply for this, and how to apply. So everything is on this page. For the eligibility, you must be accepted into the express entry pool and pay a non-refundable $500 application fee by Visa or MasterCard. You may qualify if you live outside Canada or have proof of legal status in Canada, not a refugee claimant. You need to have valid express entry profile number, job seeker code, and you would score minimum of 60 points on the SIMP point assessment grid. You need to have language test results that meets the federal express entry language requirements. One good thing about them is that anything they're talking about, there's a link for you to go and verify that thing. Okay, if you want to check your language test, I'm doing this because so many of you got good IELTS scores. Some of you have 8.0, 7.0, so it's quite amazing. If you have a very high score on IELTS, you can actually check it here. Have language test result that meets the Federal Express entry pool. Check it here. Click on this link. I'm not going to be opening all the links because this video, I don't want it to be too long. Then you have completed post-secondary school or training that is comparable to at least 1 year of Canadian education. Okay, you must have earned a diploma, certificate, or degree related to your intended occupation. So you can't study this and you want to work in that organization. You didn't do diploma in health, nothing at all, and you want to work as a caregiver. No, it says that your educational qualification, your certificate, you must align with your intended occupation. Then to find out if your education is related to your intended occupation, you can review the employment requirements section of your National Occupations Code here. If I just click on it, this is where you can find if your occupation is here. The advanced search is a tool that allows you to search within the whole NOC structure from the broad occupational categories to the unit group level as well as within one or more specific section. Please search parameters by a comma. So you're gonna search all these words, you put by comma, this exact word, phrases, any of these words. So you're gonna do your search here. You're doing broad occupational category labels, tier labels, major group. You do it that way. Make sure you find the occupation and the code because you can't apply for this and then your occupation is not here. People who studied outside Canada, you're going to have to submit Educational Credential Assessment (ECA) from IRCC's list of approved organizations. I told you guys everything they're talking about, there is a link. They have approved organizations, so you have to use those organizations. Most people must use one of these organizations. You can use Comparative Education Service, University of Toronto, International Credential Assessment Service of Canada, World Education. You can use any of them to verify if your education is equivalent to Canadian education. Okay, the links are there for you. So all you need is hard work. Put in the work. Make sure your occupation tallies. Make sure that your certificate is equivalent to Canadian standard. Those who have finished training as part of high school do not need to submit an ECA. So if you don't have a degree, you did training instead, then you don't need to do this assessment, but you're going to then apply for Saskatchewan licensure, and these are the regulated occupations and licensing requirements here. Have experience in a job that is not on the excluded occupations list. So look at the excluded occupations list. The form has been downloaded. So you need to check here. These are the excluded occupations list. Check if your occupation is excluded. If it is excluded here, please don't waste your time. You have to check if it is in these occupations in demand. So if your job is in the occupations in demand, then you're good to go. So you just have to read through all the eligibility requirements. Take your time. If you want me to help you do this, let's do it together. Then I'm not gonna charge too much, but yeah, it do cost money because it's going to be a lot of time between us going back and forth. So you need to go through all the requirements and see if you meet the requirements. If you do, then you can proceed with your expression of interest. So let me not dwell much on this eligibility criteria. You can look at it yourself. What is an international skilled worker expression of interest? It is not an application to the SIMP. It shows your interest in applying to the SIMP and provides your qualification. If they select you, because not everybody that applies that will be selected. Okay, this is survival of the fittest and luck. Okay, pray to your God and try your luck. So after you apply, you get invited. And after getting invited, you must then follow the guidelines for the application process, complete, scan, and send all the required documents. Applications that are sent with missing documents or not translated will be closed. And if your application is closed, you'll be sent a letter and asked to reapply. If you're successful in getting a nomination from the SIMP IRCC, we process and most complete applications in 6 months or less. Okay. Then, if you've checked every single thing and you're good to go, so once you've read it and you're sure that you meet the requirement, you click on how to apply. You see expression of interest. You click on it, it takes you here. Create an expression of interest profile. You open it, then it takes you here, and you create a new account if you haven't created. Some of you have created a profile before, I know. So if you have created a profile, you're just going to sign in and apply for this one. Select a registration type. Are you applying for the SIMP or expression of interest candidate? Recruiters and consultants, entrepreneur applicants that applied before March. So we're going for this. So this form is for SIMP applicant or expression of interest candidate registration. Online application. Your application can only be submitted once it is complete. So you're starting here with your username. Let me do the first name. Middle name is not compulsory. The family name. So I'll just choose any date of birth here. Make sure you're 18 years, okay, before you start doing this application. You must be at least 18. I'm just going to pick any random age. Then email address. Let me use my email address. Pray it works out like that. Please make sure the email address you're putting is email address that you have access to, because they will send you a code, okay? So I click on submit. So the ID says must not contain space or any special character. So I'll use underscore. So let's try this again. It worked. I'll just enter my username again. Once you do that, they'll send an email. This is an automated response. Please do not reply to this email. Thank you for your interest in the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, SIMP, and welcome to the SIMP's online application system. Your username. So they've given me a password. They'll give you a password that you would need to enter to continue this application. So once you now do it, you will now be able to create your own password. Let me create a password. So first of all, enter that password they gave you and then choose new ones. Guys, I know this video is a bit longer than I expected, but let's see. I know a lot of you have done this. You have profile already. So for those who haven't, and for accounts, the password standard must have at least 8 characters. Contain characters from at least 3 of the following categories: English uppercase letters A to Z, English lowercase letters A to Z, numbers 0 to 9, non-alphanumerical symbols, example, not containing your user account name. Okay, so I'll remove the last one I put here and see. I click on agree. This is my profile. This is the navigation panel here. Please click here to begin. View personal information disclosure, change password. So this is where you can then start to fill in your information. You see, this is where you can start filling. Maybe I should do this one. Imagine Canada gives me this for relocate. I'll just relocate, guys. So this is it here, okay? This is how you go about this expression of interest thing. Now, let's be very clear before we end this video. Moving to Canada without a job offer is certainly possible, but it is not automatic and it is not easy. The Saskatchewan Express Entry Pathway rewards people who have relevant work experience. Because I see some of you say, I don't have experience. What do I put in my CV? You need relevant work experience. You must meet language requirements. So if you need to write IELTS, go and write it. Have education that can be assessed and are prepared to plan your move properly. If you're just looking for shortcuts, this may not be perfect for you. But if you're willing to prepare, qualify, and follow the process, this pathway can change your life. Here's what I strongly recommend as your next steps. First, create or review your expression of interest profile like we did. If you're not in the express entry pool, Saskatchewan cannot select you. Second, understand your occupation. Your occupation experience must match a skilled NOC that Saskatchewan targets. Third, stop waiting for a job offer to start your immigration journey. Many people waste years applying for jobs instead of positioning themselves correctly for nomination. If you want more videos like this, explaining provincial nominee programs, breaking down Canada immigration pathways, showing realistic options for people without job offers, then comment below and tell me I want to move to Canada. You guys know that I read your comments and I use them to plan my next videos. Also, check the description box. I've added helpful resources and links to guide you further. And remember this, your background, your passport, or your current location does not automatically disqualify you. What matters is information, preparation, and timing. If others are doing it, you can too, but only if you take action. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.